I'm losing my roof. It's a beautiful day here, and it's actually a nice day for doing videos, as long as the sun doesn't come in on me. I wanted to start out with an apology for yesterday. I was working on 6 stories at a time, and 2 of them involved communication, Rogers and Bell, so I got them mixed up, and I went ahead and made the videos. I could have gone and double checked. I don't know why I didn't. So I'm writing things down from now on. But I apologize. That's not like me. I usually always am beyond sure before I do a video. So I guess I was just in a hurry to get some videos out to help Faith Goldy, because there's only just over 3 weeks left of that election. And I just can't believe they're blocking her like that. So this is what this video is about. It's about Faith Goldy and how she's being punked off basically by Tory, because he's afraid she will beat him. I know she would beat him if she was in the debates and had proper advertisements and was even recognized on the voting cards. Up until now, she wasn't even on their list, and she's basically done everything through the internet, and she's still polling 3rd out of 16 people or 12 people or whatever it is. So she's doing well. I'm happy for her, but I think she could do better. The problem is John H. Tory, the current mayor of Toronto, is using his pull within Rogers Communications to block her from any advertisements, any TV coverage, anything. You see, Rogers has its hands in most of the city, most of our newspapers, most of our TV stations, and like I said, a lot of different places where she would rely on to get her ads out and to get into the debates and all this other stuff. They're saying she didn't fill out some stupid questionnaire and all this other crap, and she's saying that's full of shit. She did. So they're trying to keep her out, and she's still kicking ass. So I think Torontonians are waking up. And if you are a Torontonian and you're watching me right now, trust me, okay? The right person to vote for this election is Faith Goldy. And Toronto's on a great downslide right now. There's mega violence there. There's just too many. It's always been diverse. It's always been a multicultural mecca, Toronto. But now I'm finding that certain groups are getting larger and they're getting more dominant and aggressive. Not like the white people. Basically, they're very violently aggressive towards white people and Christians, and that kind of worries me, because Toronto's full of Christians. Well, it's full of everything. It's full of Catholics, it's full of Anglicans and Protestants and all these different people, right? I don't know what the difference between any of them is. I thought most of them kind of fell under Christianity. But anyway, so John Tory has been using his pull. See, he's on the board. He's a trustee of a trust for the benefit of the family members. Basically, he does a lot of secret votes and stuff, like anonymous voting and stuff like that, to control, what they spend their money on and stuff. If they want to run out and buy a hockey team or something, they have to do just some vote on it. And it's him and like 5 other people, right? So he's using his pull. He's got, City TV, Global, all of them, CBC, all of them will not give Faith Goldy the time of day. And that's because of him. It's not because the Toronto people don't want to talk about Faith. I think a lot of Toronto people don't even know she exists because they've been blocking her, okay? And I would love to see patriots on YouTube and people on YouTube in general to start making videos and maybe start dropping memes on your Facebook and your Gab and your Snapchat and LinkedIn and all these other places to vote for Faith Goldy for Toronto mayor, simply because the rest of them people want to keep Toronto in peril. They want to keep Toronto begging them to fix problems, okay? That's kind of how they make their money, by looping you in to think they're going to fix something. Look at this way. John Tory's been in, 4 years? And what's happened since then? Violence has gotten worse. Crime has gotten worse. The police are pretty much think like a subscriber of mine said, they were just cleaning up the mess. They can't do anything until something happens, and then when they get there, they're just taking away dead bodies or cleaning up mess of these people, right, that create the problems. So, like he said, hiring more police and stuff doesn't help. It does to a degree, but only if you give the police the ability to do things like carding and stuff like that. That helps them in this whole fight against gangs and violent corruption and organized crime, basically. Faith Goldy's willing to give them that back, and I think that scares John Tory, because she's going to make him look bad if she gets in. And I think this would be so ironic if she got in and he had to bow down to her, right? Or leave Toronto, not be a councillor or nothing, and just leave. But he would have to bow down to her, and so would a lot of these people who have been backstabbing her. And I think that would be just awesome. I think that would be ironic in a sense that, they think they have this all in the bag. They're counting on her not being a factor, and even though they're doing all this, she's still a factor. So I just think it would be such karma. I guess karma is the better word to use. If she were to get in and control that town and make them all look bad, okay? Sorry. And so I wanted to do a video yesterday, and I was in a kind of a hurry, and I screwed up. But it's Rogers Communications, Inc. That John Tory is on the board, the trustees of the trust, which is kind of like a higher up. It's a very high up position. He shouldn't even be Toronto mayor when he's got that position, because it leaves too much room for him to fix things and make money and take bribes, and it's a bad scenario. I feel it is. And so, with that, I just wanted to let you know that I'm supporting Faith Goldy. I'm not a huge fan of hers, but I think out of the people that are running, she's the only one that has a platform that could work. And I sincerely believe she would do her best and in her power to carry out that agenda, right? She wants to get rid of crime in Toronto, and I think a lot of people do, and I think that's a sensible way to do it, is to give the police the ability to use against these crooks and bandits and thieves, right? All the organized criminals in Toronto. It's time to take them down, and the only way you can do that is to give police the power, right? So vote Faith. And chew on all this, because if you want to look Rogers up, Rogers John Tory connection, you can go to Canadian Poly. It's all one word. The P in Poly is a cap. But they did a really good breakdown on the whole, from beginning to end of how that system works, and how Rogers works, and what they own and everything. So they don't specifically fully own things. They own like 37% or 39% or 40-something%. So they do have a lot of power, a lot of pull, and that's why Faith has had such problems getting advertisement and stuff. And I think that's really unfair. It's immoral, and it's out and out criminal in my books, and it's unethical at best. So we need to do what we can to help Faith if you believe in her. Look at her platform. Go to her website at faithgoldy.com and check that out. She really has a good plan to clean Toronto up, and I think she could do it. So, if I could vote for her, I would, but I don't live in Toronto. I'm stuck here in this little shit town. So, but, all those who live in Toronto, if you want things changed, if you want clean up, if you want to get rid of these gangsters and rapists and child molesters and shit that they're bringing in here, vote for Faith. I think she's going to make a big impact if she can get in. So that's just my word. I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers who are still here, thank God. After yesterday, I wasn't sure if I would lose some. I was scared. But I'm glad you're all here, and I want to thank my viewers as well, and I'll talk to you all soon.